What do you think about evolution?
To have a theory, you have to explain the beginning of the theory. You cannot play this game. Ignore so much of the genes. You'll see people expelled from their jobs. What you have to do is to look at the evidence for religion. Yes, right?
Let me ask you a question. What do you think, or what do you think about evolution?
What do you think about evolution? So our perspective of me personally, or as Muslims in general?
As a Muslim, or as
so
you
I'll
wish.
give you me personally. I completely reject the idea of evolution. Me personally. Based on my research, I completely deny the idea of evolution. I've seen the amount of fraud that they play and the games that they play to try to justify theory of evolution scientifically. In their own magazines, they will claim lies that the same magazine would refute, right? That's what I'm going to say, right? So this is my perspective, my personal perspective when it comes to the theory of evolution. But Muslims, some Muslims, what they try to do, first they say the Quran and Hadith, they do not have anything clear about animals, right? Not evolving, animals, not human beings, right? And then you have some people who even try to make an explanation for human beings here and there, right?
Okay.
No, I don't agree with those people. But I'm telling you, some people do try to reconcile between certain things in the theory of evolution. What I'm trying to say basically is it's not like you have to wholesale reject evolution, to be honest. You know what I'm trying to say to you, right? Yeah. Well, my position is...
I'm talking to you, so let's go with your position. Yeah.
Okay, that's my position, right? I wholesale reject it based on my research, based on looking at certain people who made different series explaining the evidences, right? So, like for example,
so let's say you see, I don't know, 30 different breeds of dog. Do you think that all of those breeds came from from the creation, or a human?
That's not necessarily what evolution is.
No, but
like speciation, same for example, two different species mating with one, or two close species mating with one another, producing another species. No one is rejecting that. It can be observable. Like
so we can modify a species.
A horse and a donkey mole, right? A horse and a donkey have an intercourse and producing a mole. That's an observable thing that no one rejects.
Okay.
Right? But the point we're making is evolution does not. It's not about the idea of the same species. It's the idea of one species.
Indeed.
This is the problem.
I mean, that's the extreme. Initially, the evolution means that you have one species and it starts to transition, and you have a deviation until it creates
a fish, right? That starts walking, and then you have all of the creation today.
You start from one species and it slowly starts to transition until it becomes
from a cell.
Yeah.
Where does it come from? How does it come into existence? You know the scientific answer?
I watched a few documentaries, and it's not.
I don't know. That's it.
It's not. It's I don't know. It's I don't know.
They say I don't know.
Okay, but
they say look. I'll tell you what they say. They say thousands of years.
Yeah.
It was a sea, and a thunder hit the sea, and we happened to produce a cell, right? And that cell happened to multiply and become a fish, and that fish.
My thing is, I'm okay with saying I don't know or we don't know, because these are very complex answers. Or we don't know yet.
No. So to have a theory, you have to explain the beginning of the theory. You cannot play this game. I cannot look, because they don't say I don't know in so many things which they do not know. They claim, okay, there was something called the Homo erectus, even though they have no evidence for the Homo erectus. Zero. What they do, they bring different bones from different animals from different things, and they say we do not know. They could be bones from different things, and they put certain bones together, and then they draw a picture. And this is the Homo, and they say, oh, this was the Homo erectus, and the Homo erectus was walking here, and they made the non-terminals, right? And they, come on, how do you know this answer is there? Look, this is the whole theory. What I'm telling you, this is what the theory of evolution is. It's a bunch of hocus pocus. Look for similar types of genes. They discard a huge number of genes that are not in line in the study. They say to you in the study, in the paper, we discarded X amount of genes. That's why they did the same experiment with the banana, 50% or 60%. Just depends on which collection do you use and which method do you use to say this gene is in exact correlation with this gene, right? So because they use different ways and they ignore so much of the genes that are not in correlation, they discard it completely. They come to you with this lie that, oh, it's 99%, or by the way, 199 and 198.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled the number out of my head because,
No, but there's two. One says 98, one says 99, right? Okay. It's not your problem. Okay. It's their problem, right? Why they do this? Why? They have to try to convince a person like you or the layman. Look, we have evidence. The genes are the evidence. The fossil record is the evidence. You look at the fossil record, they say to you...
No, but I mean, when I see bears, let's say, I see 5 different species of bears. You have like, the grizzly, the polar, the black bear, I don't know. To me, they look very, very much the same, and it wouldn't be crazy to think that they come from the same place.
It's very simple, and it it would make sense to come from the same. They come from the same creator. When you look at iPhone, look. When you look at iPhone, different models of iPhone, they all look alike. They come from the same manufacturer, right? So there's no problem that they come from different. They come from the same manufacturer. But let me even answer you. What you call now is called homology. Homology has been debunked. Homology is that the similarities are due to common ancestors. It's what users said. That's the term for it. Scientific term.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's called homology. Homology has been debunked. Why? There are many reasons for it. For example, saber-toothed tiger. You can Google it. Saber-toothed tiger is a tiger with saber tooth.
Yeah. The
It
one
does
from
not
the
come
Ice
from
Age.
any tiger ancestorship, according to them, the theory. Right? So similarities are not due to common ancestry anyways. And that's why when you open their books, they say similarities are due to common ancestry. They say the human being is the common ancestor of a horse and a mouse. Where is the homology?
Yeah.
Where is the similarity?
Yeah, no, I mean,
where is the similarity between me and a mouse? You know?
Well, if you think about it, I mean, you have two eyes, you have a mouth, you have the stomach.
You look like a mouse.
I think that I'm saying that we have many similarities to them. Yeah, I mean,
No. We are very different as well.
yeah, but I mean,
Just because we have the same what we call attributes.
yeah, but
like hands.
no, my point is, if you are, I don't know, as an alien from another universe, and I come here, or I see these two things, and both of them have four limbs, a mouth, two eyes. Yeah, we're different, but at the same time,
they look completely different. Right?
no, we are completely. But at the same time, don't you? I mean, we have a nose, we have ears, we have eyes. That's insane.
No problem. But just because you have this is not what homology is. What you were using. Homology is that there is similarities in the structure.
Yeah, I think that there are different levels of similarities.
That's why you were saying different tigers, because they look the same, right?
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there are different levels.
Exactly. I'm using the same argument against you. I'm saying if this was the case, then why are they saying we come with the same common ancestor with a rat, a mouse, and a rat, and a horse?
I mean,
you have to be consistent.
Ultimately, I think if we all come from one cell, I think that you will start
why
much.
When we go back, we have no answer for the cell, where the cell came from. Now look, the point is any evidence you bring me for it now, I'll debunk it. That's it, one by one, right? Because I've done the research, right?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not just saying that. Like, look, for example, they use the whale. You say the whales, they have pelves.
They have
pelves. Pelves is a bone in the end of the whale, right? They say these two bones were two legs actually, and it was.
Yeah. I know.
And this will open books like Biology by Rivers and Johnson, 2017 edition, 2018. This is by professor, by academics. And we have a research 50 years ago saying that the pelves of the whales are not vestigial organs. Do you know what vestigial organs are?
The organs that used to be useful and not anymore. Yeah.
They say they're not vestigial organs. They're very useful. They use it for mating. They use it for different functions. So look, they lie to you even on their own research. They say to you, look, it's useful. Okay, but let me write in 2017. It's not useful. Point is, they want to convince someone like you and many other people in the West. There's a documentary on that. It's called The Expelled. They expelled. You will see people expelled from their jobs. Professor, academics, excommunicated. Just because they deny evolution or deny any God or put God in the research, they excommunicate them. See, these people, God is against science according to them, right? So if you mention this, go away. You're not an academic, right? I'm giving you this documentary has the names of the researchers.
That got expelled because.
And them saying themselves, professors, they would say to you, watch it, right?
I will watch.
What I'm saying to you is the reason I rejected wholesale is because every single evidence that they provide, I've looked at and I've seen a refutation.
Okay.
One by one. You know? Okay. So if there is no evidence, then why would they even look at this theory as something that would make any sense?
And why would they try so hard to go against this?
Why?
Yeah.
Why? You've got someone like Richard Dawkins, which is one of the biggest propagators for this theory in the West. It's one of the people who revived this theory in the West.
Which theory? The evolution or
what? The Darwinian evolution.
Okay.
The Darwinian evolution. You don't know Richard Dawkins?
Yeah. Richard Dawkins. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't get it.
Richard is very well known, right?
Yeah.
Richard Dawkins is one of the four horsemen of atheism, right? He came. There's a video of him recording on YouTube. You can find it. He says evolution does not disprove God.
Evolution does not disprove.
But he says, but laymen like you think it does. Unlike me, I'm a layman as well. Layman in biology, right? Think it does. I don't think that because I've done my research. But laymen, they think evolution disproves God because it disproves Adam and all of that. Now we have an answer for humans. So he says, all I have to do is to convince the layman that evolution is true and they will leave God. So when you have this group of people, atheists, called lead scientists and brought on magazines, and they're all saying this nonsense, right? Trying to convince the people with evolution with any cost because they don't want people to believe in God. I can build this case.
But why not? What is there to win for them?
Okay, first, they're atheists. They despise his religion completely. For whatever reason, maybe their own life, their own experience, right? They were Christian. He doesn't know anything about Islam anyways. Because he wrote the most recent book he wrote. He refuted Christianity. He doesn't never refuse Islam because he knows nothing about it. He generalized all religions false because they refuted Christianity.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you talking about, right? Point is, they have their own reasons for it. But in the West, generally, even the governments don't want people to become more religious, right? Why? The more moral you are, the more you'll be healthy in your life, the more you'll be thinking, the more you'll maybe go against the system, the more you will unite. So the more stupid you are, the more drugs that you take, the more
the easier to control
industry
you.
that you watch, it's easier to control, right? So there are many reasons I can give you, but the point is, the fact is what I'm telling you is that these things I'm giving you are in those science magazines that they claim disproven evolution. The same science magazines are disproving evolution by disproving their evidence.
But don't you think also that you're saying that it's a reason for them to control them, but religion isn't religion also another way to control people according to you?
That's the point. It will be if it's not true. So I've looked at the evidence for evolution and denied it based on that. What you have to do is to look at the evidence for religion. If there is no evidence for religion, then I would agree with you. Okay, it's another way to control the people. You go on trying to say, right? So coming back now to Islam and the evidence of the Prophet, because we moved into evolution, I believe that we dealt with that. All right?
Okay.
Give you more. I'll give you a nice playlist that you watch on evolution, debunking one by one if you want to see it as well, right? Now, so Prophet Muhammad speaking about the future, right? Let me give you 3 or 4, or let's say around that, of predictions that were very specific. Like for example, Prophet Muhammad when he was let me start with this before I give you those ones I'm saying about. Prophet Muhammad named the countries that will become Muslim.
Maybe which countries?
Countries that Islam will enter.
Okay.
Said Islam will enter to Egypt, Islam went to Syria, Lebanon, some went into Jordan, Constantinople, which is Turkey. He said Islam will reach there, and he said you will overcome the Roman and Persian Empire.
And how do you define to enter? One thing is to enter. I mean, Islam in order to
take over that.
Okay.
When you get that country, right?
Okay.
And he said you will overcome the Roman and Persian Empire. And this is what happened in history. Now, when he was saying that,
the Roman Empire was at its biggest.
yeah, the Eastern Roman Empire, and the Sasanian and the Byzantine at that time, right? And we overcame them, both of them, right? And the point is, Prophet Muhammad, when he was saying that day he said that he was in a battle. He was outnumbered 3-1. They were building a trench because they were coming to the Jews. He had a treaty. They were behind him in the city. They betrayed him, and he didn't know if they're going to kill the people in the city. And let him tell them that the people coming to kill them 3-1. And when they were building a trench, they came across a huge, massive rock. So they couldn't crash it, couldn't destroy it. So they brought the Prophet ﷺ. So he came, and when he was hitting, he hit the first one, and he said, I see Persia, I see its palaces, and Islam will enter. He's saying, right? Now, in that situation, you don't even know you're going to live tomorrow now. Now, today, look at the map. East and West, Islam exactly spreading in these areas, right?
So this, how many people were present in that particular scene?
Yeah,
so
we have something now. When you talk about history now, coming to history, this is what you're trying to talk about, right? We have the highest level of authentication when it comes to historical accounts. Why? Because Muslims, Western history, this is how it works. You find something, let's say you find the letter in a specific period, and you generally know that there was a king in that period called something. You find that letter, it has a signature of the same name of the king. It agrees, the information agrees roughly with the political situation. They accept that to be history, right? Muslims,
I mean, I'm not a historian, but
that's how Western history works, right?
Okay.
It's how Western history works. How does Muslim history work? We have all of that, but we have a person who was there, seeing the letter being written down. We have his name, have his biography, have every information you need to know about him. Now, that person transmitted information to another person, all the way back to today. We have every single person in the chain. We know they met each other. We know the information about them. This is our type of history. So if someone were to reject this history, which is Islamic history, he literally has to reject every other type of history in the West, because no history even paramounts to the Islamic method of authentication.